Welcome to the 2026 Champions League Finals. We're here in Lisbon. I'm together here with George Alves, Senior Vice President of IKF.
Yes.
This is the fourth time that we're having the Champions League.
The finals, yes.
The finals, but the first time that we're having 8 teams. How special
Yes.
is this?
So I think for us it's very special, especially for the IKF, because it's an elite event and we want to have as much participation as possible.
Yeah.
So I think with the teams that we have here, I think it's going to be a very good competition and a very balanced games, and we will have a week full of very good korfball games. That's what we want.
Yeah. 5 days in a row. All the champions we have here from the top European countries. We also have 6 referees from 6 different countries, but something new, and that's the white card. Can you tell us something slightly about that?
This is a protocol that the International Korfball Federation did last year with the government of Portugal. That they have this white card to promote the good examples and the values of sport that should be present in every game. So
respect and sportsmanship.
Instead of giving yellow cards or red cards by bad behaving, we would like to have more and more fair play and good actions, and the referees can show these white cards.
Yeah, so this is a new thing. Maybe we will see one now at the first game, because we're going to watch
I hope so,
the English champion versus the Czech champion.
Yep.
Hopes are high.
Oh, I think so, and the referees are very well instructions about this, and so I hope that we can have some white cards during the tournament.
Yeah, let's see how about that. We're about to start the first match of this tournament, the 2026 IKF Champions League Finals. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen the introduction of both teams that are about to play. And boy, is this going to be a fine matchup. We're going to look at a match, the first match of this year's tournament. Champions League Finals. English champion Beck from London. And they'll be playing Vosíme Prostějov from Czechia. The team from Czechia will play in the white and pink shirts. And Beck from England will play in the black and yellow. So that you all know what you're looking at. They will kick off this year's Champions League Finals here in Lisbon. We play according to the IKF standard format, which is 4 times 10 minutes. In between those quarters, we're going to have a short break, but between quarter number 2, quarter number 3, we'll have a bigger break, and afterwards we're going to switch sides. So this is going to be a fine matchup. So we have 2 countries that are participating this tournament with 2 teams. From Czechia we have 2 teams participating, so next to Prostějov we also have Brno. And from Germany we have Schildgen, but also one other team from Germany. And this game has just started and we're already watching a very dynamic first offense. We're looking also at a new couple that are the referees here. So we have Dave van der Meulen, he is a Dutch referee and he is joined with his Taiwanese, Chinese Taipei counterpart, Lau Wai Chen. They are in charge of handling this game correctly. On offense. While no shot could be attempted, so Beck an opportunity to open this tournament with a goal. On offense, Baldock with a feed from the side. A quick rebound from the Czechs. Fiddler unable to control the ball properly. So now 2 offenses in a row for the Czech team, having a hard time setting up their offense. It's hard then to get into your rhythm. Novakova. Ujakova, and almost from behind the pitch. Difficult shot, and the pressure on defense kind of high from Blake Paul-Freeman on defense. And here, running in shot and the first goal of this year's tournament. Joe Bedford. He has now officially opened this tournament. Oh, quick shot now here by the Czechs. And from behind the post, with a great rebound from Rachel Turner. Rachel Turner, one of the most experienced players for the English. 31 years old and already playing for a long time. Since 2018 she has been on the national team. Again, quick shots by the Czechs. They want to put up a high pace on offense. But again, Paul-Freeman with the rebound. Holding his ground. Keeping his feet strong. And collecting the shot. English are getting into a rhythm with some consistent rebounding on offense. Ashby? No. The Czechs now from behind the post. Getting closer and closer. Fiddler was there with the shot. And the interception by Paul-Freeman. He is sided with Dav Patel, local legend of the Beck Korfball Club. And this will be a penalty shot. Yeah, pushing foul. So we will see a penalty shot. Shannon Jones. And Jones connects, putting up the first 2-0 lead for the English. So we're switching sides for the viewers watching at home that are kind of new to the game of korfball. So we have 8 players in total, each team. 4 men, 4 women. Divided by 2 sections, 1 on offense, 1 on defense. And after 2 scored goals, we switch sides, so we switch functions. So either you're on defense or you're on offense. This was a fairly easy rebound from Galicek. And the Czechs still looking for their opening goal. Ooh, difficult shot and a great defensive pressure from Joe Bedford. He was really close to his direct opponent, and that really helps. This is a cheeky little shot by Paul-Freeman, but I think he was kind of surprised how much space he had. Maybe surprised himself a little bit. Kubu. Theo ball could not be connected here, and a very quick shot here by the English. And Paul-Freeman shows one of his skills, a marksman from way downtown. Connects for the 3-0, and here the first goal of the Czechs. This is Kubu, Nela Kubu. 23 years old. Has been a part of the Czech national team already for 5 years now. At 2021, she's been a vital role player for the Czech team, but also for her team, Prostějov. And she is the one making the first goal. And this is a very nice feed from the Czechs. However, just not enough for Klara Novakova. Unable to score the goal, but the setup was just great. Nice pass. Also here we see sort of a similar thing for the English, looking for a cross pass across the pitch, looking to create space and thus opening the field. That can create space and is a surprising way to set up your offense. Ilicek goes for the rebound. Yeah, there he is again, together with Patel. High arced shot. It was close for Billy Ashby. Yeah, with such a big amount of space, why not take this shot? And this will be a penalty shot, which Joe Bedford needs to take. He was hit on the arm while attempting this shot. And he connects for the penalty shot, putting up the English up ahead by 3, 4-1. Great start for Beck. Brianakova, unable to keep the ball alive. And what you're already seeing is that the Czechs are having a hard time grabbing offensive rebounds. Therefore having a hard time repeating shots. And sometimes for players, it's a good thing that you can repeat over and over again. But if you're shooting as sharp as the English now do, that's not going to be a problem at all. This is Kenzie Baldock. The goals are nicely divided for the English team. 5-1. From behind the post is a nice setup. And a defensive foul for the English. So this will result in a free pass. We're looking at the first substitution here. New ball will go to the bench. Jankovic, he entered the pitch. Oh, and this is nicely done. No Korf was hit, so we're looking at continuation of the shot clock, which is 25 seconds. Czechs, they remain in the possession of the ball, and we're looking at yet another sub, and therefore we're looking at Ball, but he has now changed sides. He's now on defense. His job is then in the other section to defend Patel. That's his new mission. Clear setup here for the Czechs. High arc shot and a great goal. Again, Nela Kubu keeping her team alive. Also playing now a vital role for her team. Patel keeping the ball alive in the rebound. Ladies next to each other, the English. Patel with the feed. And the rebound for Vrielbal. And that's also now his new mission. To quicker get these defensive rebounds. Keep the pressure high. Schneider in rebound position now. Kubu in the feed. Jankovic. No, but this is a great opportunity also for Schneider when he got the rebound. Maybe he didn't realize, but he could have put it up himself. Looking for a good setup, but Joe Bedford, with eyes in the back of his head, saw this ball coming, swapped it away. Back now. Cutting error, that's not allowed. Rachel Turner with the attempt, but not quite okay. Therefore, the ball moves over to the Czechs. Schneider again on the rebound, and they're looking for Jankovic to make some moves. And oh, this is just a great pivot move. Good collection by the English. Therefore they're taking over. Ready to expand their lead, 5-2. Good steal. No good steal. Paul Freeman with the continuation. High feet and a quick shot by Turner. Patel making sure that they can repeat some of the shots. And Galicek comes flying in. Ten seconds left on the game clock for this quarter. So now 9. If the English want to still score a goal, they got to make it happen soon. Bring the ball on offense. One shot. But time is about to run out. Yeah, this is too late. Davesh Patel did not dare putting it up. Yeah, he was, of course, a very far distance. So therefore, this quarter has closed, 5-2. After this first quarter, now just a 1-minute break. That's the moment to catch a breath, but also for the coaches to maybe roll out a new strategy for Beck. That's John Denton. Has been the head coach of Beck since 2017, so that's already 9 years now. Yeah, it's 2026, let me calculate. So has been the head coach for a long time, knows his players well. Konechny is the coach for the Czechs. His team, Vosíme, Prostějov. And the second quarter about to start, and then England will start this quarter. It is allowed also to then still make substitutions. That's all okay. They can make 8, that's the maximum. Paul Freeman. And Paul Freeman, already a player on the highest level in England for a long time. He has been a part of the national team since 2014, so that's already 12 years now that he's playing on the highest possible level in England. And a great shot from afar. The Czechs, they connect on the 5-3. Jankovic was the one who made that goal, who did not start in the starting lineup, but came in for offensive threats. And that worked out. Great steal from Schneider. Czechs want to hurry up with closing the gap. Want to be able to come back into this game and want to cut the lead down to 1. Turnaround shot from afar. Petr Galicek, and this is nice to see, 5-4. Czechs are closing in. Stepping up on the gas pedal. Great defense here. Yeah. Schneider was correctly in between the post and his direct opponent. Thus making a good, correct defensive play. I got the feeling that Prostějov is getting into their rhythm a bit more. With a lot of effect on that shot, Joe Bedford. Missed a little bit the arch. And from behind the post, this is a nice battle for the rebound. But Jankovic came up with the possession, but then a quick turnover. Yeah, then that's a shame. Whereas we can see that the amount of spectators is increasing here in Lisbon. Maybe also during the day we might see a bit more spectators on the bench. 3 seconds. The shot needs to go up. No. So you got 25 seconds that the ball needs to touch the corf. Otherwise it'll be a shot clock violation and you need to turn the ball over. This is a great offensive move, but the pass was off. The move was great from Galicek. The move was great, the pass just not. This would be a penalty shot. Kenzie Baldock, she already scored 1. Looking for her second one. Trying to stabilize the corf. That's kind of important. Oh, yeah. Oh. With a little bit of luck here, we see a 6-4 lead still for Beck. The English still up ahead in this match. But you're sensing a feeling that the Czechs are coming into their rhythm. It's in the air. Defensive foul, so this will be a free pass. This can be taken by a player of choice. In this case, Adam Jankovic, he is then the specialist to take these free passes. Kubu on feet. Great attempt. And a foul made by Schneider on the rebound. Yeah. He hit Bedford on the head there. That's not allowed. Patel. The pace is high from both sides. They sort of have similar strategies here to take shots within the first seconds, and this has been a great option again with Jankovic with the goal. 6-5. Again, the Czechs are closing in. Yeah, and mind you, Beck, they have something to prove. The last year, in 2025, when this tournament was also held in Lisbon. Oh, and this is a traveling violation. This is really a shame for Jankovic. Otherwise, this has been the 6-6. But that's being rejected now. But last year, the 2025 tournament, Beck, they won the bronze. Of course, they want to defend this, and now with Paul Freeman, again with a goal. It's looking quite good for the English. Penalty shot. Petr Galicek, he needs to take this one as the foul was committed on him. Therefore, the Czechs, they cannot choose who will take this one. He simply is the one that needs to take it. If you're then looking, yeah, post is again stabilized now. Galicek, yeah, important goal here. 7-6. Or shall I say 6-7, 6-7? No, because it's 7-6. Still a 1-point lead for the English. Bedford, no. Oh. And a quick sprint there from the Czechs. And the 7-7. Galicek. And now the score is all tied up. Beck started this game off really well, but now they need to regain the lead that they had and that they lost now. Everything is open again. Kubu here on feet, waiting for Schneider to take up the rebounding position. Oh, spectacular move here with a tip-in attempt from Schneider. Quick shot from behind the post, and now you're seeing that the English are struggling to grab the offensive rebounds and therefore struggling to repeat. The grip of the Czechs is tightening up. Jankovic with the moves. He's creating some space, and all of a sudden the Czechs are ahead. It's 7-8. What a run by the team from Czechia. All of a sudden they are in the lead, 7-8. Yeah, and these are the types of things that you want to see in the Champions League finals. You want to see teams that are close to each other. You want to see some exciting matches. Please note that each and every match must have a winner. And this is a nice running in shot by Rachel Turner, making her first goal of today. A great moment to do so. Rachel Turner from Maidstone. And Paul Freeman with the steal, preventing the Czechs from even attempting a shot. All clear here. Ashby passing it along to Baldock. This is no free pass, this is just a continuation, therefore the defendants can just stay close to their direct opponent. A fresh 25-second shot clock. This is all deliberate, but what Billy Ashby just did, that's not okay. You cannot hold back or hinder the opponent from getting to you. Oh, and this is just a great rebound from Turner, flying in from the other side of the section. So, as earlier mentioned, the setup of this tournament's edition, this has been a slight change. Last year we had 6 participants, now we have 8. This is sort of similar to the setup of the previous Europa Cup that also was normally played in a group of 8 teams divided over 2 pools. We have now the same, so we have 2 pools of 4. You play the first 3 days in the group phase of your pool. This is Group A. Also the next match after this will also be Group A. After then, each team has played 3 games. The final ranking of that pool is done. Then on the Friday, we will be seeing the first playoff. This is just a one-time thing. It's not like a best of 3 or a best of 7 or so. And on Saturday will be the finals. So for spot 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And so forth. Back now. Looking to regain that lead that they started the game with. Maybe from the side of the pitch. Great shot there. Connection from Billy Ashby, and that is his first. What a nice moment to score your first goal. And immediately after this far shot, he can have a breather. He can sit down. He is being replaced by Marcus Thai. Marcus Thai from Harrow. We mostly know him for his defensive skills. But now here coming in on offense. But he's looking for a rebounding position. And the English are really looking for their ladies. Last minute of this second quarter. And the Czechs looking again to tie this game up. No Korf here. And we're looking at a substitution here for the English again, whilst the referees, but also IKF people, need to make sure that the post is all good again. And Ashby has returned to the match, but now on defense. Patel, he can have a breather now. 40 years old. Davesh Patel has been a part of the English national team for a long time. For 9 years, he was a fixed household name for the English national team. But in 2019, he stopped playing for the national team. .42 seconds still left in this second quarter, and a fresh new offense here for the English. If, of course, they get the ball into their offensive section. They do now. They can set it up nicely. Have one great setup shot, but in the end they go for a quick one. Then luckily Thai is there for the rebound. But you can also choose to play out the shot clock and then shoot just in the nick of time. That's also an option. Oh wow. Behind the head shot from Joe Bedford. But now, yeah, and this is then maybe the downside of choosing it this way. With 9 seconds left and the ball in Czech hands, if they can get it quickly to their offensive section, they can still get it up and maybe tie up the game just before halftime. But this pressure on defense is high. Yeah, this will be too much in the end. The last shot. Oh, and why did Bedford not take this shot himself? He's probably wondering himself, why don't you take this shot with just 1 second on the clock? Of course, it's nice to pass it along to your teammates, but always be conscious of your choices. So we're looking at a very nice match here. 9-8 halftime score. The English are up by 1, but 1 goal in the game of korfball, that's not a lot. Let's see. We will have a 10-minute break. The same for me. And then after a couple of minutes, we will return to you to the second half of this match of the 2026 Champions League Final. naast de rode drukken. Naast de rode. Ja. En deze even uit druk halen. Coffee, please. Yeah.
Coffee. White.
right, viewers watching at home, perhaps watching from Czechia or from England or wherever you might be, YouTube can be accessed from a lot of places. You're looking at the first match on the first day of the 2026 IKF Champions League finals. We're having ourselves a ball here. Already an exciting match between the English champions of last year, back now on offense, versus the indoor champion from Czechia, Patel, with a great opportunity here. Puts his team up ahead by 2 again. Yeah, they also started with the lead, the English, but then during quarter number 2 they saw that vaporizing, and the Czechs all the way came back, even were 1 ahead, but the game shifted again, so yet another lead change. Paul Freeman with a relaxed shot, with lots of space. Now, if we are looking at the strategies of both teams, some things are already quite clear. For Vosíme Prostějov, we have 3 players that scored a goal. Amongst one of them, this is the one on offense now, Jankovic, but just 3 players that scored a goal. Kubu, Jankovic and Galicek, and another goal here. Now they're coming in quite fast. Ashby, 11-9. The second goal for Ashby. And what you're seeing on the English squad is that almost everybody scored at least 1 goal. Only Ashley Warner not yet. Maybe we will see her name pop up on the score form maybe a little later this match. But all the other players, so 7 out of 8 of the English squad, scored at least 1 goal. This is just a fine opportunity. But the English unable to finish out. Oh, and a great play here by Turner. And a quick goal by the English. And now we're seeing a 3-point lead for Beck. Galicek making his moves. Galicek just came up short. Czechs keep the ball alive. Novakova. Few attempts in a row. But the strategy must be quite clear. Yeah, and I guess we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We just had a few technical hiccups. Of course, this is the first match of this tournament, so we're sometimes still looking for the best setup. Sorry for that. What have you missed? I don't think you missed a goal. I believe it is still 12-9. That is the moment where we sort of lost connection. In that sense, you did not miss anything. Well, anything. A few nice moves, but did not result in a goal or so. So still a 3-point lead for the English. And this goal is good. Joe Bedford scoring his 4th, thus making him the top scorer yet so far in this match, putting his stamp on the match. They call him the Human Mountain, Joe Bedford. We can all see why. He's built strongly, has a great shot, also can rebound quite well. Yeah, and then that's making you, that set of skills is making you an all-round player in the game of korfball. Comes from Nottingham. Joe Bedford leading his team to this 13-9 lead. And a 4-point gap. That means that there is action to be taken by the Czech team. There's nothing else to it. Close that gap. And we're bowling with people now. Rachel Turner is put to the ground. Yeah, she's shaking it off. That was kind of a hard bump. This will be a free pass. And the same Rachel Turner, you can try to look for a goal here. Misses some power here, but here on second chance, defended. Yeah, so this goal is not okay. It is rejected. Yeah. Quick steal by the Human Mountain. And what kind of tournament will Bedford have? Will he be the one leading the way for Beck to yet another medal in this year's tournament, like Beck has done so the last year when we also played here in Lisbon, when they won the bronze. Paul Freeman was not on time with the rebound, and we're looking at a timeout here for the Czechs. Prostějov want to have a moment to talk it over. Coach David Konečný looking for some last-minute instructions. Prostějov last year in 2025, they played the IKF Champions League Challenger, and then they won the gold. And then last year they had a great season in the Czech competition. Their league is called the Extra Liga, and that's filled with Czech teams, but also one team from Hungary. It's the Guardians. So it is two different countries playing in the same league, which is a nice thing to see. And then in the Czech finals last year, boy, that was tough. Prostějov, they barely won from Brno, just 1 point differential, 16-15. And Brno, that team we will also see in this tournament as the runner-up of the Czech Extra Liga. Some moves here now, and an illegal move on defense, but not enough, not harsh enough to give a free pass to the Czechs. So this will just be a continuation. That is giving you a free, or how to say, a clean setup on your shot clock again. Jankovic just came up short. Yeah, and even though it is still 12 minutes to play, I think the best thing for Prostějov is not to get into stress mode, but just stay focused on each and everybody's strength and try to capitalize on that. English. Cheeky little shot from a meter of 4-5. But Warner unable to make the shot. These are some far attempts for the Czechs. Jankovic can repeat, and oh, this will be then a free pass. Yeah, or maybe even a penalty shot. I'm not 100% sure. But Joe Bedford, he came in flying. Yeah, and this will be then a penalty shot because he made too much contact whilst flying in on defense. And the penalty shot goes in for Adam Jankovic, making his 4th goal of this match, leading the way for the Czechs, for his team, Vosíme-Prostějov. Paul Freeman. No. Will he grab his own rebound? He does so, and scoring the second chance opportunity. Great setup here. One of the basic things that you will learn as a kid when playing korfball is also try to rebound your own missed shot. You don't see it happening too often, but it's definitely something you can try as a player. And a quick goal again by the Czechs. Really trying to stay close, 14-11. The goal made by Lenka Borinakova, her first of this afternoon. Great timing to make that goal. Novakova, Borinakova next to each other. This is all okay. Fittler with the feed. Novakova, yeah, she really wants to have the ball. Setting it up. Ooh. Just comes up short. Galicek. With a pass cross. And the Czechs are really close. They are so close. Back again. Important collection. Patel. And this quarter is done. And what an effective quarter this has been for the English. Extending their lead to 14-11. Just a 1-minute break. Time enough for Konechny, the coach of Prostějov, to go over the strategy. I can see him instructing his team, and I believe he wants to see a 3-1 offensive setup. If that's correct, and if they will do so, what you will see is that there will be one person in the rebounding spot, and the other 3 will be either in front or behind the post, creating some space with passing, and then create a shot. He does not want a 2-2 setup. That's what I can understand from his instructions. And if I then look to the English, yeah, John Denton is trying to keep the spirit going, although he is warming up Caitlin Fitzgerald. Maybe we will see her joining this match. I also see Marcus Thai again warming up. Maybe he will come back because he already played a couple of minutes. Maybe he will come back to seal the deal. This is a great running in attempt by Bedford, but somehow forgets to score this opportunity. Novakova. Bojankova. Novakova. Running in shots. She is rewarded with a penalty shot. Important moment. Novakova. 14-12. We're looking at the substitution here, and what I just saw that's happening now. Caitlin Fitzgerald, she is being brought in on offense. Next to Rachel Turner. Immediately goes for the shot. And by accident, Paul Freeman had a fine opportunity behind the post to score, but he does not do so. And therefore, the Czechs in pursuit. Back again. Ashby, got a lot of time. Eight and a half minutes. Great steal by Bedford. At an important moment. Now this is the quarter where all the things can be important. And this goal for Paul Freeman, yeah, that's a good one. There was a little bit of doubt here in the venue, but if this was a good goal or not. 15-12. The Czechs now sort of need to hurry up. And these sloppy things, Czechs should not be allowed to happen. Fitzgerald. They really are looking for her shot. Again, no. And a bad pass. And that's the turnover. On rebound position, Kubu. Looking for her, Kubu. High arched. In that sense, a great attempt. Not too soft. Nice shot by Ashby. Paul Freeman. Paul Freeman, no! Was close to again increasing the gap to 4. And I don't see any players warming up on Czech side. So my assumption is that they will be playing with the same players that you see now. No cheeky little subs. That is something I don't expect now from the Czechs. Fitzgerald, yes, increases the lead to 4 at a crucial moment in this match. Just came in this fourth quarter. Caitlin Fitzgerald, 28 years old she is. And since 4 years she has been a starting player for Beck. Showing her worth with the mid shot. Back again. No. Galicek setting up position at the post. Galicek way off. And an easy rebound for Paul Freeman. Stable setup for the English. And a great goal here by the Human Mountain. Again connects for a goal, his 5th, making him the top scorer of this match. Making his mark. Hustle play here by the Czechs. Oh, and maybe still a substitution here. I'm looking at Roskoszny. He's warming up, but also Klara Fatjenkova. Maybe they will bring some new energy to the Czech team. You see them standing in the zone where you need to be if you want to be used as a sub. Fatjenkova. And the accuracy is going down for the shots on offense on Czech side. They really are having a hard time finding the middle point of the court. And especially now at the end of this match, while this is a great defensive play, those are things you want to see again. Yeah, there we're going to have the two substitutions for Prostějov. One on defense, one on offense. Matej Roskoszny, he will enter on offense. Free pass. Bedford. Yes! 18-12, and what a comfortable lead now for the English. Four and a half minutes left. And the Czechs are in a tight spot. Need to make something happen. Jankovic. Of course, he is the man that they're looking for, as he has already scored 4 in this section. However, Nela Kubu also had 3. She also is a go-to person if you want to look for goals. But this section mostly revolves around Adam Jankovic. Fresh new shot clock, well, sort of, 24 seconds. Yeah. Fatjenkova, but this was Jankovic. Here, the new energy, yes. Klara Fatjenkova immediately scores the goal for her team. What can still be possible? 18-13, 5-point gap. And with 4 minutes left, that's one hell of a challenge. And if Beck continues to rebound the way they do, it might be a bit too much. This will be a penalty shot for the English. Ashby. With one hand. That's all okay. Billy Ashby. Traditional way is to shoot it with 2 hands on the ball. But if you prefer to shoot it with 1 hand, that's all okay. 19-13. English lead. It's kind of tight. Czechs. No. And of course, the English are slowing down the pace to win a couple of seconds here. This is a great steal by Jankovic. The Czechs are in a hurry. Novakova. Great shot from behind the pitch. Galicek. And you see Patel going for a breather. That'll be enough for him. James Sawyer. He is the new face now in this match. Sawyer. You might know his name, or it might ring a bell. If you're listening to the podcast for Korf's sake, he's one of the hosts. So you might recognize him from that. This is just a great steal from Rachel Turner. Beck looking for the first win of this tournament. Ooh, Sawyer really had a lot of space there, but Bedford did not see. Guys next to each other. Ladies on assist. Baldock. No. Great combination there between Shannon Jones and Kenzie Baldock. Some great teamwork. And as this game is drawing to its end, with Bedford again, and this is a foul in the rebounding position. Peter Schneider makes a defensive foul, and this will be then a free pass for the English. Bedford is the specialist for that, trying to look for his 7th goal. Stay tuned on this channel, the YouTube channel of the IKF, for the Champions League finals. And this is yet again Joe Bedford, because the next match will be one to look forward to. PKC from the Netherlands versus Schweriner from Germany. And that'll also be a very interesting matchup. In Group A of this tournament, Schweriner is the current German champion versus PKC, the Dutch indoor champion. That'll be the next match. So we will be having 4 matches per day. So you can watch them all here live on YouTube, the IKF channel. Of course, mind you that the starting times are Lisbon times, and there might be a time difference between your zone and the Lisbon time zone. Keep that into consideration. Hard work here by Jankovic, and boy, did he do a great job with 4 goals. Galicek 2, also 4. Another goal here for the Czechs now. Schneider. But this gap is just too much to bridge. The English squad, led by Coach Denton, they will win. And this tournament, it's all about details. You cannot afford any missteps. If you want to reach the finals, if you want to reach the spot for the bronze medal, you gotta stay sharp. Fitzgerald here. And this will be the end, folks. 20-15. This game has come to an end. The English champion have won this first game. Stay tuned. Perhaps I'll be speaking to one of the players, and stay tuned for the next match, which is PKC versus Schweriner. Straight after this match has ended, I'm here with Joe Bedford. My God, what a nice match.
Thank you very much.
You scored 7, man.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, no, it was good. It was a really, really tough start. We know at these tournaments, all the games, you can win or lose by 1.
Yeah.
I'm just really happy we got that first one under our belt. It was a really good team performance. credit to Prostějov because they're a really tough opposition.
Yeah, I mean, because during the match, they really crawled back.
They really did,
In the end, they come on top also with 1.
Yeah.
But still, somehow, you guys pulled it off and made the gap even bigger. What is the crucial thing that you guys used?
I think this squad now has been together a long time, so we've won quite a few Europa Shields. We got the bronze here last year, so just that experience now starts to really tell.
Yeah.
We start to really control the game as the game goes on. As we get tired, we actually get more controlled. We've got a really deep squad and bench, so we can bring people on that change the game as well. Very experienced coaching team. So I think just all of that together means we're able to see out these games at the end.
What did Coach Denton say to you guys during halftime? Because then still, the gap was not so big. So what did he tell you guys?
Just to keep playing our own game. Like, they made some changes and they were forced us to do some different things. Our first quarter was really, really controlled, really strong. And then they made some changes that made us kind of do different things that weren't working as well.
Yep.
So it's just going back to our basics, playing our own game and not letting the opposition dictate what we do.
Yep.
And that really worked in the third quarter.
Yeah. Hey, and now, so your game, this has been the first one. Tomorrow, your second match.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this?
Yeah, I mean, that's the easy one, right, against the Dutch.
Yeah.
No, it's always good to play the best players in the world. You know, we're not expecting much, but yeah, it's always a good challenge.
Joe, thanks a lot, and good luck during the whole
Thank you very
tournament.
much.
All right.
Thank
Please stay tuned for the next match. That'll be PKC versus Schweriner, a Dutch team versus the German team. Oh, that'll be a lot of fun. So stay tuned on the IKF YouTube channel.